Alright. What up? How we doing? What's going on, Red? What's going on, Drew? How's it going? I think this is the right overlay. Yeah, it is. I am tired. I just got up from a nap, so I might be talking a little crazy for a little bit, but we'll figure it out. What are we labbing today? Just still going over characters, or the nerfs that I would do for certain characters. I think we stopped at Fangwei, so I'm going to finish up the DLC with Mary Zell and Kunimitsu, and then we'll go to Hwoarang. And then we'll just go through alphabetically. I do want to warm up a little bit, though, because I have not played any Tekken today. My main? Yeah. I think the things I said I didn't like on Fang were tracking on shoulder, especially in heat, was too much. Wall spotting guard break is too much. Oh, and down back 3 tracks too much. I think those are the 3 things that I would want to see changed. Oh, back 4, that's right. Yeah, back 4. Yeah. Yeah, back 4. Yep. That one's pretty good. Is this consistent? No. I need to figure out how to get this 4-4-3 to connect consistently. Maybe I need to do it fast? Okay, maybe I'm just ass. Oh my god, okay. Hold on. Hold. So that's 94. I know that this can connect. There we go. That is 98. So I'm only giving up 4 damage. And then how much is it if they don't tech roll? 86. 86 with Oki is okay. At the very least, this is very funny. So I might just do this because it's funny. Oh, I didn't even think about back 1 connecting there. That's 78. That's not very good. Actually planned on ranking tonight. Gonna try to get it per promo a day. I mean, good luck. 1 promo a day is brutal. I try to take it a lot slower than that, but you know, if you think that you can do it, then send it. Obviously, that's brutal. I don't think I can back 1 loop here. What's going on, Samaj? Okay, now this just isn't working. Okay, God say nice, that's awesome. I have never tried to do back one loops from player 2 side. I don't think that they work anyway, so that's fine, but... yeah, that is insane. I do think I'm gonna start using this combo though, because I think it's very funny. What's the benefit of the side swap combo? So the benefit is basically here. If they're close-ish to the wall. So if they're like here, this is when you would want to do a side swap combo. Right? Because the alternative is that you would do this. And that's 71, whereas you can get this. Where you get 94 if they tech roll and like 86 if they don't. Right? So that's pretty good. You need a lot of awareness to be like, oh wait, I hit a counter hit with their back against the wall, but it does have utility here. So it's also very funny. What's going on, Cotton? Yeah, my execution is so bad right now. My execution is really bad right now. Hustle's looking fresh. Thank you, thank you. Okay, there we go. Jesus. All right, so I think I'm gonna start talking about some of the characters now. Probably start with Mary Zoe just to finish up all the DLC.
Get ready for the next battle.
I think this character is incredibly annoying, but she's not like broken. She just has some annoying shit. Mainly, the situation from Sidestep 2. This move is overdimensioned. I think this move does too many things. The plus on block mid counter hit launcher that goes into stance, and she's so plus in stance that you have to guess. That is incredibly frustrating to me. I think it needs to lose at least one of these properties. But I think the issue is more that the stance is too good. Also, I'm changing fists. She's like bouncing around too much, and I don't know what that is.
Get ready for the next battle.
I think the stance is too good, and I would probably just nerf the stance rather than the button itself. Because, like, look at this stance. So, we're +4. We have a frame trapping heat engager. We have a counter hit launcher that is 11 frames effectively, right? So if you press here, you're getting counter hit launch with anything besides a crouch jab, because she is crouching while she's in this stance. So you can't jab this. You have to crouch jab, right? So, okay, that's very annoying. We have a move explicitly here to punish you for crouch jabbing. So that's really scary. We have an armor, so if you decide I'm going to be a hero and not crouch jab, you still get blown up. And we have a homing low. Right? I think we have another move here. Oh yeah, we have this. I don't even know what this does. Oh, I think this is just a jumping move. I think this move is just combo filler. Also have a safe down forward 2. I hate Sister safe down forward 2s, but this especially tracks her weak side. I disagree with that. I don't know if this should track her weak side. So I think personally, I would have this track the other way. I think this should track sidestep right. Again, just kind of like with the philosophy of homing moves, I don't know if this character should say, oh, you want to step my kit? Here's my reward for calling you out sidestep. A full launch, right? And this is also a character that always gets wall, right? So that seems not correctly balanced to me. Unblock, the jumping move is -2. It allows her to sidestep someone. Yeah, exactly. Right, so yeah, so I think what I would do is I would look at this stance and slow down or nerf some of the moves. But more importantly, I would probably just get rid of the tracking of certain moves, right? So this move, hard attracts sidestep left. This move, hard attracts sidestep right. This is a 50-50 every single time. It doesn't matter what frames you enter on. This is a hard 50-50 every... I think unless she's ultra minus. Yeah, right, because I think you might be able to step the elbow left. After, what, 3 hits? Yeah, you can step this left if she's crazy minus. Yeah, but when she's plus, this fully tracks left. So this is a hard 50-50 every single time. I just disagree with that. I don't think that a plus on block counter hit launcher should give you a hard 50-50 where you have to guess every single time. I don't know if that move should do that many things. So I would probably make this less plus so that your opponent can step. And that's probably the best fix for it, because the issue with this stance is the frames, because the elbow loses its tracking if it's on 0, right? So the issue is the plus 4. And I'm just not sure you should be able to get into this stance plus on block, at least with this move, right? If they want to run the risk of doing this, right? If they're good enough to do this in your face, sure, we'll let them get it. It's a double high that doesn't jail, so they'll just die. But if we're doing this is just so much stronger. This is the best button on her kit, and it's not particularly close. So I would make this 0 on block, and I would make her down 4-2 track the other way. I think it tracking her weak side just makes defending against this character a complete nightmare. I don't know if I would actually change anything else, though. Because, like, this is a high crushing low that's really plus on hit, but it's also reactable. It's barely reactable, but it is reactable, right? I wouldn't change that. Maybe you should be able to low parry this. Like, the rule of no low parrying weapons, maybe that should just go away. Like with can-cans. But that's the only other thing that I would change. I don't think this character is, like, ultra broken. I think it's this and this that need to be different. And then if those are different, I think that she's fine. What fit do I want to use? I'll use this one. I like this one.
Get ready for the next battle.
Alright, so Kunimitsu. A lot of people think this character is disgustingly broken, and I disagree. I think she's really, really close to being balanced. Like, very close to being balanced. So, the issues with this character is this, her wall standing 2-1. Both hits of these are homing against normal characters. So against characters with normal side steps, you can't step either of those hits, which is not good. Even on 0, you can't set this. So this should track both ways. Okay, Anna has a slightly better sidestep right, so this might not track both ways on 0.
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, so this doesn't track both ways on 0, which is really nice. This does track the way you want to step this stance, though, which I think is more important, right? So Lily and Alyssa on 0, they can sidewalk right the entire stance, or you know, all full crouch, which is cool for them. At least on 0, they can sidewalk right everything. The issue is on +3, this becomes homing against the entire cast. Not a single person on the cast can step it. Steve might be able to weave this, and maybe Yoshi can spin it. I'm actually not 100% sure.
Get ready for the next battle.
So let's see if Yoshi can spin this. What's going on, Davion? How are we doing? It's the wrong spin. So I'm curious if Yoshi can spin this. Oh, that's right. This forces crouch. The Q has me raging. True. So I have to crouch cancel spin. This is absurd. Okay. Maybe if I do it faster, like a 1-frame crouch cancel spin. Okay, that was pretty fast. Okay, so Yoshi, if he does a crouch cancel spin, then he can spin this. Let's see if Steve can weave this.
Get ready for the next battle.
Q has me raging. True. Bro, the Q is brutal. Okay, so let's see, can Steve weave this? I would imagine not. It is right weave though, so maybe. Cannot figure out why I'm stuck. I can look at some replays. I might be able to help. Okay, so Steve can weave from crouch. I didn't actually know that, but that's cool. Okay, so Steve can't weave this. So the only character that has any counterplay here, besides just guess, is Yoshi. And Yoshi can crouch cancel spin this. That seems not correct. I think this move being basically home, well, not basically homing, but basically homing after down 1 is way too good. And then I also think that this being a hit confirmable is too good if it's going to retain its homing property. So in my opinion, this should either only be counter hit confirmable, or it shouldn't track as well as it does. It being both of those things, being both hit confirmable and tracking, is way too strong. It means that there's no risk to just doing this, right? There's no risk to this. Yeah, that is way too strong. The only other move I think that needs nerfs is full crouch down 1/1+2. A lot of people want to see this be -13. I'm not sure that Kunimitsu should be getting like wall splat for this. And I'm also not sure that she should be getting like launched from Kazuya for this. Actually, Kazuya and Eddie, because she recovers in standing. I don't think that she should be getting launched, but for those characters for you using this. In my opinion, 1, this should be low parryable, just like all the other weapon lows. But more importantly, I think that this should be like +3 on hit. That way this move isn't an abomination. This move is crazy, but this move is crazy because this is +5. Right? Like, if this is +3, this move, 1, probably doesn't track as well, and 2, this doesn't frame trap, right? So if Kuni wants to frame trap you, she has to use her back turn jabs, which are elbows, but you can't even parry them, which is fine. But if she wants to frame trap you here, she has to use her back turn jabs. Or if she thinks you're gonna press, she has to use her armor. I don't know if we should have a 12 frame or a 14 frame homing mid from back turn that's -2 coming after a +5 on hit low, right? That's just that's not good. So in my opinion, full crouch down 1+2 should be +3, and this should lose some of its tracking or should not be hit confirmable. Those are the 2 changes that I would make. I could also see set 1+2 maybe being nerfed, but the reality is that Kuni doesn't actually have a homing mid. So like, this move is true homing from what I can tell. I do not believe it's possible to step to this move under any circumstances. But this move is really slow. So I don't mind Kuni having like an approaching tool with a good tracking, especially because this doesn't track as well from long range. So I think if Steve is like sidewalking left here, or let me have him jab and sidewalk. Right, so if Kuni's trying to approach
7
you
minutes.
like full screen,
7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
thanks Buff Guy for the follow and for the raid. Appreciate it. How was the stream? It did not look fun, but you know, that's also ranked. How's everything good going? But yeah, so
7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
thanks Chef Laco for the follow. Appreciate it. I do not think that this is that bad. It is annoying, of course. Like, I'll
7
never
minutes.
tell you this isn't annoying.
7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
Thanks, Severin, for the follow. Appreciate it. Sorry, I thought I was already following, but it's up to YouTube for ages. Yep, no problem. It happens. I haven't been streaming lately, so that's totally valid. I've only been streaming consistently for, what, a week and a half now? So, you know, I'm not going to hold that against anyone. But yeah, so the only things I would nerf, I think, are this. This should be +3. This being +5 is disgusting. And then this should either be only counter hit confirmable or lose its tracking. This move tracks way too much, and it opens up Kuni to having some really brain dead sequences where we've all been there where Kuni's doing this. Right, we've all been there. Be -14. So -14 is a lot. In my opinion, I like this being less plus and being able to be low parried. Because when I think of like the risk reward, should she be getting launched by like 10 characters for going for this? Right? That's really scary. I don't know if I want to see her getting launched for this. Like, even -13, I don't know if I want to see her getting launched for this. But I think if this is -12, but only +3 on hit, the real problem move, which is this, becomes way worse, right? That probably doesn't track on +3. If it stays +5, I do think it needs to get nerfed. The block frames. But I think if it's +3, now this move, which is like the actual broken move in my opinion, this move is way scarier, or way less scary, right? Because this isn't frame trapping. This probably isn't tracking you anymore, so this isn't a 14 frame homing mid. So that is what I would change about that move. And it's only -2, right? I think if this move isn't tracking and it isn't frame trapping, it being -2 is fine, right? It doesn't have a counter hit property. It's no longer a homing mid, so who cares about that? But the fact that After this move is homing and a -2. Because that low setup is a mix in itself. So, in my opinion, one of the issues I have with this move, yeah, dick jab it if full crouch, 1+2 is only +3. Yeah, exactly. My opinion is that this low carries with it a lot of extra risk because she can't block when she's going for this low. It's the same thing with her back turn down 2. This low is pretty insane, right? This is a 17 frame, so it's unseeable. Even if you're like really locked in, no one's reacting to this. So this is a 17 frame low that is +4 on hit and has a counter hit profit, right? This is a really broken low. If she could access it facing forward, meaning that, you know, she's like wave dashing here, or, you know, she's back dashing, like she's doing this, and then I think you're gonna jab, I'm gonna do this facing forward. That low would be broken. However, it comes from her back turn, right? So it carries with it way more risk. It's allowed to be stronger because it carries with it that much more risk. I think the full crouch low is very similar, where this can be a good button because it comes from full crouch, meaning it carries with it that extra risk. The issue is the situation after is way too good. Again, we've all played against Kakuni. How many Kakunis have we played against that, like, this is their game plan? We're just doing this. And it's like, oh, -2, I'm gonna take my turn back, side step launch, the entire game's over. Right? That needs to go. The way you get rid of that is by making this +3. Now she can crouch, now you can crouch jab her, and she has to use this move, which I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen a Kuni use this move in my entire life. So if she wants to use this, more power to her. And if she uses this, you still go under it, which is really funny. So those are the only two moves I think are really problematic on this character. Again, my philosophy is that characters should do good things. And I think that Kuni's thing right now is that, one, she's really rewards really high game knowledge. If you know all the -14s in the game, this character feels insane because you're launching everything, right? I think her punishment is the best in the entire game, and you're allowed to have, you know, the best something in the entire game, right? The other thing about this character is that her damage isn't great, right? Most characters have like a huge launcher. Kunimitsu does not have one, right? Well, we don't have a 20 frame launcher that does 25 damage. You know, we don't have any of that. So her damage is pretty low, which is good in my opinion. I've never seen a single Kuni launch -14. I'm friends with Crispy Chloe. She launches -14s standing and crouching like 80% of the time. It's actually so scary. The only reason I don't care is that Lily doesn't have any -14s that are usable. So I don't care. You know, but watching her play, it's like, damn, if I played a character like Dragunov with a bunch of -14s, I would be so scared to like press anything.
7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
Thanks, Res3D, for the follow. Appreciate it. But she is also the only Kunimitsu player I know that is regularly launching -14s, like standing and crouch. Yeah. So, yeah, those are the only two moves that would change. I think generally Kuni is really close to being like a healthy, strong character. The big issue with Kunimitsu, in my opinion, is that should be low risk, medium reward, and she keeps running low risk, medium reward mix-ups over and over again. Right now, she's like minimal risk, medium reward, and that's too good. Chloe's a fantastic player. Yes, I agree. I think Chloe's nuts.
Get ready for the next battle.
All right. You guys are probably not going to be happy with what I have to say about this guy. I think Hwoarang is really close to being balanced. Historically, the way that Hwoarang is balanced is that he has really good keep out, right? Really good keep out. We have some of the best keep out, or not keep out, but whiff punishment. If you're using this as keep out, you're a freak. He has some of the best whiff punishment in the entire game, right? This has really, really strong range, and it's a launcher, right? Like a 2.5 range launcher is really, really, really good. What's going on, Deuce? So, historically, I'm new to this franchise, so this is your chance to convince a fresh mind. True. What am I doing? I'm talking about how I'll nerf every character in the game. I'm done with all the DLC, so we're starting with Hwoarang, and we're just going to go until Zafina or until I get tired. So, I think Hwoarang is genuinely really close. The issue with Hwoarang and the way that he was balanced in the past is that Hwoarang had really linear approach tools, right? He had to do this if he wanted to approach you. And these moves are super linear. Right? These moves are... I don't think these track either way. Oh, I guess this track's right. Yeah, this move was broken. Why is this track right? Don't step right, I guess. But generally speaking, the issue that Hwoarang had was that if you whiffed, he was putting you in the air. We have a safe down forward 2. We have back 3. So I said, oh, is this a high? Oh, you can sidestep down. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah, Hwoarang has really, really good whiff punishment with the down forward 2 and the back 3. What Hwoarang could not do was approach you, because this was his approach, right? And that's just not that good. Could someone please explain to me why we have a full screen jumping, homing, plus unblock move? This should not be in the game. I think this archetype of move, that also he engages, right? And if their back is against the wall, you'll get a wall combo. This does not belong on Hwoarang's kit. Neither does this. Both of these moves are homing, and both of them are approach tools, which Hwoarang shouldn't be able to do. He should have badge tracking from back here, and he should have a hard time approaching you from back here, and he does not. I think that the way that we fix this is, 1, this low should not go into stance. Honestly, I don't even know if this should be plus on hit. Like, I don't know if Hwoarang is a character that needs a high crushing advancing low. In my opinion, this should be like a round ender where you're trying to go under a jab. I think this shouldn't go into stance. It should be like -2 on it. If it's going to like retain its purpose as a homing low. I don't think it's that unreasonable. This is just not a character that needs an approaching low. It doesn't make any sense. And then this move, I don't even know. They should just delete this, but they're not going to. Plus on block, homing, advancement. Yeah, exactly. This move should either A, not be homing, and it can maintain the rest of its properties, or if this is homing, it's no longer heat engager and it's minus on block. Like, you're trying to call out a long range sidestep because Hwoarang's approach tools are really linear, right? So if we want to say Hwoarang needs a way to stop the opponent from doing this, from just sidestepping this, I think that's super fair. If Hwoarang is wrong, he should not be getting rewarded for it. So I think that the easiest fix for this is that this move is like -5 on block and no longer a heat engager, or it's linear. I think those are, one of those two things needs to be different about this move. Oh, this is like a nitpick. You should probably be able to low parry this. You not being able to low parry this feels really weird to me. You just have to hold this no matter what. There is actually no counterplay to this move, because even if you duck the last hit, he's still plus, I think. So we can crouch block. Or not plus, but like you can't take your turn back. He is plus, yeah. So like, not only can you not low parry this, he is plus. Why? Why does he have a plus on block low? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So you should probably be able to low parry this last hit. Or if you block it, it should be like -12 and not go into stance. Oh, and I guess down back 4. This move is insane. I don't know why it's a -1 on block. I'm personally not a fan of these lows that are mix-ups on block. I think they should all go. So probably what I would say about this, if we want this stance to really have the flappy kicks, I think what we should do is make this a -4. So if he goes into stance, this is a -4. That way, if he commits to flappies, he's calling out you doing the wrong punish. I just don't believe that it's proper game design for you to get punished for doing the right thing and get counter hit launched here. So yeah, down back 4 should be -4 on block at the very least. It probably just shouldn't go into stance on block. But that should be -4 on block. Black Kite should either not be homing or be minus on block and not heat engage. Down 3+4, I think this is Dark Halberd. This should be a minus on hit and not go into stance. And you should be able to well parry this low here. Not being able to well parry this is super cringe. But like, all things considered, he's pretty close. Jack.
Get ready for the next battle.
I think the most annoying thing about Jack is the guard break. Like, the thing that feels the most cringe about Jack is 100% the guard break. How do I go into stance? Character is so nasty. This, okay. I think this guard break, instead of this being an install move, this should be a charge. Where he can charge it to like 30, 35 frames or something. And then it will do its guard break effect when he has the install. I think the fact that he can just do a 20 frame near unreactable, well, not near unreactable, 20 frames it is unreactable. The fact that he can do a 20 frame unreactable guard break into a 10 frame wall spotting heat smash, that's not correct. I think that's way too much. So personally, I would just either make his heat smash 11 frames and make the guard break, you know, only +10, or it just shouldn't. I honestly don't think Jack is like that crazy. I genuinely think it's just the guard break. Like, maybe we can talk about just muscle armor in general. Could muscle armor type moves be in the game? Actually, I'm curious. Can you counter hit Jack's muscle armor with lows? No. Okay. I think you should be able to counter hit muscle armor with lows. This applies to Jack and King. They're armoring here, which means they're calling out you using a slow mid or a slow high. So the fact that you're correct by calling them out with a low and you're not getting heavily rewarded for it doesn't make any sense to me. I think that if you use a low against this, you should counter hit him every single time. So same thing with King. So yeah, you should be able to counter hit this, and this high should not guard break unless you have to like charge it. Unreactable guard breaks are like really insane to me. This move is also really good. Yeah, I mean, this move is really good. But again, I think he's allowed to have a good move. So I don't really mind this move that much. Yeah, I think Jack is actually pretty close now that I think about it.
Get ready for the next battle.
Jack is ugly. I agree. I think Jack is not cool, but in terms of game balance, I think he's pretty close. All right. What did I miss? We talked about Hwoarang and Jack. And now we're talking about Jin. So, Jin, these homing electrics, this has to go. So, let's just record a full sidewalk. So, listen, if we want Jin to be the easy mode crybaby character where if you don't know anything, then you can still do electrics, that's fine. I understand. Whatever. What's not okay is this. I don't think Jin should be turning to face you during your sidewalk with a guaranteed electric. This is homing. You cannot stop this. If Jin does a Zen into down forward for the enhanced crouch dash, this becomes a fully homing electric. This is not steppable to either direction. It tracks that much? Yes. Zen electrics, these are completely homing to both sides. This is completely homing to both sides. It's also not just the electric. The entire, everything from Zen is completely homing to both sides. Right, so... or not from Zen, but from crouch dash. Oh, I guess you can step the one to the right. So, can you also step the one left? No, you can't step this left. And I don't think you can test the Hell Sweep, or I don't think you can step the Hell Sweep. Yeah, you can't step the Hell Sweep left. You step it right. Can't step it right. So the high and the low are completely homing. You can't do anything about it. You can't step it either direction. You every time Jin is back here, if Jin is here, you're at risk of getting hit with a homing electric. Right? So you cannot step this at least out in the neutral. You can step Zen Electric to the right, but it has to be timed. So you can after certain situations. So for instance, I think you can step it here. Yeah, so you can step it here. Yeah, so it's not completely homing if he does it out of another move. So any move that auto transitions into Zen, you are allowed to sidestep it here, which is really nice. But if he's doing it just like raw, out in the open, this is homing for all intents and purposes. Like maybe with really, really crazy timing, you could sidestep this, but I have never seen someone step like a Zen Electric from back here, where a Jin will do like this. I've never seen someone step that. So like, obviously it's very hard to replicate, but the fix is really simple. I do not think that Jin should dash towards you. That's pretty much the long and the short of it. If they want Jin to go in a straight line and get your free electrics, that's totally fine. I think that's totally fine. You know, if they want to say, listen, okay, we want Jin to be the preschool time Mishima, cool. We get our free electrics. Because Jin's electric already tracks the best, right? It's already exceptionally hard to step in the neutral, just period. But these electrics are, they're homing, you know. Hot take, make Jin's electric, counter watch only. That seems like a lot, but I'll have to think about that. I'm personally not sold on that. I think a really, really easy solution to just Jin is this not being homing. This being homing and this being homing is absurd to me. I don't think either of those moves. I shouldn't be able to threaten you with a hell sweep from back here. Right? Like, I shouldn't be able to do that. Especially because we have a safe homing mid that we can also use from back here. That also wall splats, right? So we have a range 4 homing electric, and we have a range 4 homing hell sweep, and we have a range 4 homing wall splatting mid that's safe. Like, that's not correct. So that's the first thing that I would change. I think Zen's stance needs some looking at. In my opinion, the problem move is Wall Standing 3 or Zen 3. These moves are basically the same. These are both safe wall splatting mids that are homing. I just don't think these should have a homing trail. I think you should be able to sidestep these. If Jin is allowed to go into stance plus on block here, if Jin's allowed to do this, a mid-mid, which again, the point of a mid-mid string that has a mid-high mix-up is to call out your opponent for not, or for trying to duck this, right? You don't want to get launched here, so you're going to use the mid-mid. Why are you getting rewarded for your opponent guessing correctly, right? So the fact that he can do this, and then from this, we have a homing armored high that's safe, and a homing wall splatting mid that's also safe. The high also wall splats. It's not fun to play against because it means that every time Jin does this, you have to guess. Like, yes, you can jab interrupt. Here's an option for that. Also, I think if you try to jab interrupt, he might be able to crouch dash under it. I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually curious. That felt slow. Yeah, so like you can't jab this. I wonder if single jab gets punished or if Steve is allowed to block. This is a punish. What's going on, Kenzo? How we doing? So if you try to jab this stance, you are launched if Jin has a read on it. Right? So this is a hard guess every single time. If you try to be a hero and crouch jab the stance because you're like, okay, homing armored electric or homing armored high, right? I'm going to crouch jab and then I'll go under it and I'll get my punish. Sure, you can try that. The issue, of course, is that he has 2 jumping moves out of the stance. Right? So this situation isn't bad, but like, that's pretty rough, you know? So again, this is a hard 50-50 where you're not allowed to move, you have to press. You know, you can't armor this because he has a low, you know? Yeah, it's obnoxious, to be frank. Oh, I forgot about this. Yeah, so, does this go under jabs? I don't know if Jin Samsara goes on under jabs. No, it doesn't. Okay. Or at least on these frames it doesn't. Oh, but the stance high crushes. That stance seems pretty good. Maybe Jin shouldn't be crouching while he's in the stance. maybe. Maybe the 3 from stance and the 3 from while standing shouldn't be homing, maybe. But those are, I think, the things that I would change. Oh, and then Zen Electrics, these should not be homing. Yeah, I think those are the 3 things I would change. It's mainly tracking stuff. Feels way too Jin favored, in my opinion.
Get ready for the next battle.
Alright, June. This character is an abomination. I've already talked about can-cans. I don't think that can-cans should not be low parryable. The fact that you cannot low parry this, and if you try to low parry this, you will actually die for it. That seems not correct, right? Like, oh, I tried to low parry this, I just took 88 damage, and now she's in heat. That's not good. You should be able to low parry can-cans. So that's the first one. That's more of like a systems thing. So just tell us she's dead again. True. I mean, listen, you are hurt, okay? I completely agree with you. So that's the first thing. 2, this should not wall splat. This should not wall splat. It should do the same knockdown as Clive's 1-2, where they like get put on the wall and just slide off. I think that's the easiest way to balance these. These are already insanely damaging punishes. There is no reason why this should all be guaranteed. Should you be taking 82 damage from a 10 frame wall splat, right? And again, that's not even including this. So let me have this guy stand in approach. I messed up. $85 damage wall splat from like range 6. And if you're right here, you know, I think this is... I need to be a little bit further away. Oh, this just doesn't work anymore. Okay. So I wonder, does it work here? Okay, it works here. 89 damage if you get the good wall splat. So I just don't think either of them should wall splat. She should not have her install period. The install doesn't add anything cool to her gameplay. All it does is let you do this. And this is bad. I don't think... I don't think... I don't... I stopped playing Modern Warfare 2 like 15 years ago, okay? If I wanted to play against an intervention with FMJ, I would go play Modern Warfare 2. I don't want to play against this in my fighting game. This is ridiculous. I want to play against this. This isn't fun. This also tracks... So if you're sidewalking, this is homing, right? So let me show that. You have to step this with a very, very strong timing. Exactly. Right? Like, if you're sidewalking and she's at range 4, this is homing. You have to step this with a very strong timing. Like, basically, you need to start your sidestep as she's pressing the button. Because if you don't, then it's completely homing. Same thing with her down 1/1+2. She will turn to face you with this button. Right? If you're sidewalking, she will turn to face you with this. And mind you, her down 1/1+2, this is a tracks super well, fully high crushing, normal hit launcher, projectile. That's safe. That does 85 damage. The install has to go. I think this move and this move, the tracking needs to be reduced. Probably removed.
7 minutes.
Reduced significantly.
7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
Thanks, Tira, for the follow. Appreciate it. This shouldn't wall splat. This shouldn't wall splat. And can should be low parryable. I think with those changes, I think June is very, very close to being cool. And honestly, she is cool. Just, she's also really broken. So it's hard to appreciate the, like, interesting things that June does, right? Like, we have a really cool counter suite. We have a really cool counter hit suite here. Appreciate your vids, boss. Thank you. Appreciate it. Right? Like, we have a jumping counter hit launcher here to call out low timings. That's cool. We have this low. This low is really good, but I think this is fine. Right? Like, she has to use heat here, and then she gets 73. That is totally fine to me. What about her insanely plus on block mix? This move tracks insanely well to one side. I forget which side it is. Oh, no. This is just... I don't think that you can step this. I actually don't think that you can step this. Yeah, you can't step this. I think its move is actually completely homing, now that I think about it. What up, Black? I'd like it if her can left you closer to her on block so you can capitalize more of her options. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think if her can was either unsafe or if it was low parryable, I think it wouldn't have to, like, it could otherwise stay the same. Yeah, that's pretty much where I am. The fact that June did a -6 with pushback is crazy. You already went through my characters and you do it again. I think the only characters I went through that you play are Brian and Armor King, and I think you were here for them. But yeah, just, I don't know why she has to install. Doesn't make any sense. Install, it's gotta go. No wall splat here. This should either be low parryable and or punishable. This move tracks way too much. If this move was like linear, because this move, I don't think that you can step this move. Like, if June sees you sidewalking, you're hit. Yeah, I mean, this move was broken. I didn't know this was homing, I'm gonna be honest. Maybe you can sidestep this, like, on block. So, let me do this. Okay, so on immediate timing, if she's right in your face, then you can sidewalk it. But, like, if she just uses it as an approach tool, you just have to hold that. So, yeah, this move, this should not track at all, and this shouldn't go into stance. I think a +6 here is fine, because this move already does a lot, right? Like, this is really good. A plus on block wall splat is really, really good. But yeah, June's kind of close. Okay, so you play Brian, Paul, Law, and Armor King. Let's go over Brian really quick.
Get ready for the next battle.
Oh, let me switch maps to a map with walls. Those are both characters I play. Yeah. I'll go over Brian on Armor King again.
For the next battle.
So, Brian has a lot of problem buttons, right? Brian is the counter hit guy. That's what the thing is. We have really big counter hits, right? We got this joint, really, really good. We got this. This is basically impossible to punish. I think Falkenraum is the only character in the game that can reliably punish this. So this is for all intents and purposes safe, right? Really, really good move. I think that Brian should be allowed to have good counter hit buttons. I don't think Brian should be allowed to have broken counter hit buttons. And that's what Brian has. AK shoulder can also punch out. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know that. I think Falkenraum can punish it at any range, and AK can punish it at like a not tip range. Thanks, Black, for the 7 stream streak. So, here are the moves that are just too much. This is the knee. This is not parryable. Not only is this not parryable. Wait, why can Steve step this? Wait, is Steve broken? Hold on. Hold. We're having technical difficulties.
Get ready for the next battle.
Did you know that doesn't track Steve? Oh god, what's happening? Okay. Okay. What was that? Hold on. Because I know this tracks Lily, right?
Get ready for the next battle.
Oh, Lily can stop this right too. Okay. Wait, Steve is broken. Does this hit Alyssa?
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay. Well, okay, I would expect that. So does this hit Dragonov and Armor King?
Get ready for the next
What up,
battle.
Squilliam? How we doing? I'm really surprised that Steve can step that. Okay, so Drag can step it. Can Armor King step this?
Get ready for the next battle.
Another day, no Bob? True. Damn, Armor King is the GOAT. Look at this big-ass dude sidestepping. Okay, can Clive step this?
Get ready for the next battle.
Hold on, we're troubleshooting. Okay, Nasty Ass Clive can't step it. That's fine. If Miari can step it, or actually, yeah, if Anna can step this, then Zafina and Miari can.
Get ready for the next battle.
Clive should die from everything. That is crazy. Okay, so Anna can't step this. Why can Steve step this? That's so weird. If he can step it, he could definitely weave it. Steve's got to be a nightmare matchup then, because he can just weave everything. Okay, so Zafina and Miari can't step this. So Steve, Dragonov, Armor King, Lily, and Alyssa can step this. For every other character, this is a range thing? Why did it hit that one time? Okay, I must have delayed it. I see. I understand. I understand. So, Miari and Zafina can also step this. With her QCF2. Sometimes. I haven't actually tested it, but when we get to Armor King, I'll put Kakuni on the other side, because I'm curious. Or actually, I guess we'll just put Kakuni on the other side now. Because Armor King has nothing to do with that smile.
Get ready for the next.
Anyways, the point is, most characters, that move is going to track the weak side. Punish. Oops. Oh, the buffer window on this is really short. Can you not buffer her CD2? Or her corner circle forward 2? I don't even know if this is going to punish. Yeah, this isn't going to punish. I'm just curious if it reaches from tip range. Yeah, this doesn't reach from tip range. I forget the combo for Jet Upper. Probably just this. It's always just this. Okay. So let me turn this off now. So for most characters, this is a plus on block, unparryable move that tracks Brian's weak side. I don't know if it should do that. Yeah, I don't know if it should do that. I don't know if Brian should be getting rewarded with the plus on block counter hit launcher for like doing step button to his weak side. In my opinion, that doesn't make any sense. Taunt damage scaling. I think taunt damage scaling needs to come back. Because right now, taunt does not have any damage scaling. And Brian is already murdering you every single time he launches you. So the fact that there's no damage scaling also seems questionable. I can't do a taunt back four. I'm ass. But I think taunt damage scaling should come back. Brian already does just gargantuan damage. You're taking 90 plus every time he hits you. I think if that 90 was 75, I think Brian would still be insane. Because guess what? He has the best wall combo in the game. He has the best wall Oki in the entire game. And it's too much. So in my opinion, I think that this should have damage scaling again. I think this move should not track his weak side. I think this tracking his weak side is too much. Down 4 is homing. Why? I don't know why Brian has a long range fast homing low that is a -11. You cannot step this to either side on any character. Down back 3, this is pseudo homing. Lily and Alyssa can step this to the left. Every other character, this is a homing against them. Why? It does this big ass brolic super cop need an evasive low? That's a homing. Probably not, right? This move needs to be deleted from this earth. This move carries with it no risk. This is -10, so okay, you're gonna do your 10 frame punish, right? Because you know frames, okay? You watch my videos, you know frames, so you're gonna take your 10 frame punish. In my games, this is what happens when I try to take my 10 frame punish. And then they run in and taunt jet upper me, and then now I'm dead. And this is coming from a move that is also a counter hit launcher. Right? That's a 85 damage counter hit launcher from mid screen. It's like 100 full screen into the best wall Oki in the game. So you're probably dead if you get hit by this once. And if you punish it and you're wrong, guess what? You're dead. So you just don't punish it. Every time you try to punish it, you usually die for it. I think this move should be -12 or -13. That's my opinion. I think that being -12 or -13 would probably give you enough space that you can always jab here. And if he doesn't finish it, you get a slightly bigger punish. I think that's totally fine. This is also -10, and it comes from a delayable 14 frame mid. And guess what? This is also a counter hit launcher. I don't know what the pickup for this is. I think it's down by 2, right? Yeah, like, this should also be minus 12 on block. Like, the fact that Brian can do this, frame trap, and this is only minus 2. So he can do this into frame trap, and that's annoying. But not only that, press. Oh, you thought he was done? You were going to jab on his minus 2? Guess what? Your counter hit launched. Too much. Corner circle back 1. Brian doesn't need his 3+4. You want to know why he doesn't need his 3+4? He has a better one. This is his 3+4, except it's a high. This tracks really, really well, and it's plus on block. And it hits from a million miles away, and he will sometimes high crush on startup. That's pretty good. I don't understand why this is plus on block and why it's counter hit launch. It needs to lose one of those things. This should either be 0 and counter hit launch, or even like minus 2. It should either be 0. Yeah, I mean, this move is really good. But I think that this move is like allowed to be good. Like, I don't have a problem with Requiem. In my opinion, if this is going to stay +5, this is what you should get on counter hit. That's what you should get. If that's going to stay +5, you get a QCB1 or a soccer ball kick. If it's going to be 0 or minus 2, it's allowed to counter hit launch. I think having both of those properties is too much. When I get hit with counter hit on 3, but yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not good. I don't even know what the pickup for this is. Isn't it just like this? His heat smash. Oh yeah, the scaling on his heat smash. Look at this. Okay, look. This is gonna make you guys laugh and smile really hard. No. He doesn't get near full damage. You're actually wrong about that. So look. I get hit with all 3 hits of Brian's heat smash. I take 55 damage. Brian messed up, and he gets the same damage for it. Why? Why? Yeah, I mean, yeah. When Brian is in a heat, it's just you kind of just stand still and wait for it to be over, or you try to step it. Yeah, exactly. At the wall, it's near impossible to step. So yeah, Brian has a lot of stuff that needs to go. This need, or no, not this. This needs to be nerfed. 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 This needs to not be homing. This needs to not be homing. I don't like this being a mix-up on block. Oh, I think this move is actually broken. So, one of the issues with this move is that this is a homing button where Brian gets to run a mix-up even if he's wrong about you sidestepping, right? I don't like homing buttons that have follow-ups because that's not the point of a homing button. The point of a homing button is the lockdown movement. So, if I'm wrong about locking down your movement, I should be penalized for it in some way. My turn should be over. I should be like punishable on block or something like that. Brian's 1+2 is a mix-up on block, right? So there's a high here, but if you want to be a hero, you can duck to this mid. Now, a lot of the high level players in here know that, listen guys, if you tech roll this with very precise timing, you have to tech roll this right. If you tech roll this with very precise timing, you can actually get out of this a heat burst, right? So if we do this, you see you have to tech this right with precise timing. For those who don't know, the timing is when your character's butt touches the ground. So, okay, cool. That's awesome. That means there is no mix-up here. You just duck every single time, and you tech roll every single time. Except, that's not true. Because in my games, what they do is they do this. They run up, so they do this. Okay, hold on. Hold. Hold. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Wait. Hold. Okay. Don't look at this. Hold on. Hold. Hold on. Hold on. Why isn't that? Bro! Hold on. Wait. 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 Hold on. Wait. 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 Bro, taunt is so cringe. Okay, what good Brians do is after this knockdown, because you have to tech roll, they'll run up and taunt jet up for you. Yeah, orange, true. Or yeah, orange. Bro, okay, I can't do it. Whatever. Really good Brians, and this is what happens in my games, is you'll be smart and you'll duck, and instead of them doing the heat burst because you have to tech it, they'll run up and taunt jet up for you. And it's like, bro, why am I getting mixed up after you're homing mid? Right? So, my opinion, that needs to go. That is just disgustingly broken. It's obnoxious. So, I just think that the easiest fix for this here is this pickup either needs to go away completely, or there just needs to not be any follow-ups after 1+2. Again, this having follow-ups defeats the purpose of it being homing. It rewards the Brian player for being wrong about you sidestepping. Okay, there's my taunt. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Hold. Wait! Wait, I'm getting the input right. Why is it doing my throw? Do I need to, like... That's really weird. Why am I getting a throw here? Look at my inputs. Does anyone know why this is giving me a throw? I didn't mess up though, right? Like, look at the inputs. 1+3+4 is on the same frames. I mean, let me just put on a bind, I guess. That's so weird. Okay, I understand. It's taking the forward momentum of me running up as like a dash input and turning it into a throw. So like I have to dash in, then do it. Okay, I understand. I understand. Yeah, so this is what happens in my games, and then I just die, and it's really awesome. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4 throws. Okay. I think that situation needs to go. Your first problem is playing low tier Brian. That's true. I saw a tier list on Twitter. That was a Brian matchup tier list. Did you guys know that Brian only has 2 decent matchups? The rest of his matchups are really bad. Oh, I'm actually not even done talking about all of the moves, okay? So, there's more stuff with this character. There's always more stuff. Okay, so here, we have a heat move. We have a back 1+2. So, this is a call out for your opponent ducking, right? This is, you know, so this is fine. You would think, okay, 40 damage. That's not bad. I'm not seeing a problem with this move. Well, that's not the correct follow-up. This is. Not only does that do more damage, he gets his install back. Why? For what? Also, what is the point of armor? Armor is to call out a slow button. Why am I getting triple rewarded here? Not only am I getting a hard knockdown, not only am I getting a wall splat, I am also getting my install. Why? So I think in older games he was really hard. I've never played another Tekken before. This is my first one. But in older games he was hard, at least from what I know. I think there was one game where he was easy. I think it was Tekken 5 DR, or maybe it was Tekken 5 Vanilla. One of those games where Taunt gave him plus 18, so Taunt Jet Upper was really easy to do. Yeah, I think that was in DR. You don't need Taunt to play Brian. I mean, you're not wrong. Honestly, don't know what to believe. I never really cared about tiers. Yeah. I mean, the fun thing about Tekken 8 is every character is viable, so tier lists don't really matter for this game. Didn't have Hatchet in T5? Yeah. The other thing that's really awesome about Brian is we have this low here. This is +7 on hit, leaves them right in your face, which is exactly where Brian wants them. So that is pretty cool. On counter hit, it does this animation. That is the funniest animation in the entire game. So I like that. That is fire. Keep that in the game. Can someone explain to me why this move is +7 and also can't be wall parried? I don't understand. Like, I don't know why that move reversal breaks. That's just too much. You can even hit that shit with your forward sway? Yeah. Oh, yeah, because you can forward sway into crouch. So you can do this, right? And to give it a bunch of extra range. Oh, God. That was really ugly. Oh, my God. That move is hideous. Yeah. Yeah, like, that is absurd. So yeah, it's like, what, 30 moves that Brian needs nerfed? Well, that's not that bad. Yeah, it's needs to be a little bit faster than that, in my opinion.
For the next battle.
Alright, the GOAT. Armor King, my guy. So, Armor King is broken. I'm sorry. Listen, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. He's too good. Okay, it's too powerful. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Armor King has a few moves that are way too strong. Down 3+4. This is a mix-up on block. You cannot punish this. I believe. I don't know if you can interrupt with a wall standing 4. Let me check for you. Crouching block, punish. Let me not give out misinformation. Wall standing 4. So if he goes for the mid, then you can interrupt here. If he goes for the high, then you will get wall splat. So this is a mix-up on block, right? So you're thinking, I'm just going to keep crouching then, and then I'll just launch it, except, guess what? The mid also wall splats. So this is just a hard 50-50 on block every single time. That probably shouldn't be in the game. What this means is that you option select this by crouch jabbing it, which is dumb. You should probably get a little bit more than that. But you know, that's in my opinion, you should get a wall standing 4. both options. Yeah, it ultra annoying. You should 100% be able to wall standing for both options. So that is the first move. That is a problem. The next move that is a problem is side step 4. So if you notice here, Kunimitsu isn't allowed to tech roll. I have tech roll turned on. She's not allowed to tech roll. Most people don't know that. So because most people don't know that, this is guaranteed. Oh, I guess it doesn't work on Kunimitsu. She's so small, it doesn't work on Kunimitsu. Hold on. I'm troubleshooting again. And put on a regular character. Don't look at that. Whatever I said about Kuni is not true. Okay, Jin, right? So you see Jin? He can't tech roll this. If he tries to get up, that's guaranteed. Not only that, this is a counter hit launcher. Not only that, because he can't tech roll here, I get to apply a wave dash throw and mix up. He can't do anything about it. He just has to guess. Right? Like, he has to guess here every single time. I don't know what he's supposed to do about that. So, this, very simple. You should just be allowed to tech roll here. It should do that, like, back roll that Brian's QCB1 does now. I think that this forcing you to get up into a disadvantaged situation, I think that is super messed up, in my opinion. That's a pretty minor nerf, but that is, like, really broken, in my opinion. What else do we have? Oh, the chain throws. This shouldn't be a 1 or a 2 break, meaning that you have to guess which one Armor King is using. Armor King already can mix you up out of a wave dash, right? We can already do wave dash into key charge. Don't do that. We can already do wave dash into Shining Wizard. We can already do wave dash into Giant Swing, and you can't react to that. Should we also have wave dash into 2 break? Probably not, right? That's probably too good. This, in my opinion, should be either a 1 or a 2 break. That way, Armor King isn't getting a 3-way mix-up here. Like, I don't think Armor King should be able to do this into 3-way mix, right? It's too much. Side step 2, I don't think it should have that range. Yeah, side step 2 is crazy range. This move is really good. I also don't understand why this big-ass Brawlic black dude has, like, why? Why are we getting so low to the ground, Armor King? What are you hiding from us? Why is he dropping it to the floor? I don't know why this big-ass dude needs an evasive low. He already has an evasive low. We already have this. I don't think he needs this. And he can do this from back turn, right? He can do, what, down 2? He can do this from back turn. Why? For what? I think it's way too much. I think this should just be a -13 instead of a -12. That's like basically the only change that I would make here. This being -12 is a lot. Yeah, I would nerf Alley Kick first. So I would nerf this. I would make this a 1 or 2 break, meaning you could use either. You don't have to guess on that initial throw. I would make this force a tech roll, or force you to do the back roll that Brian's QQCB1 does. Maybe this should be -10. This being -9 doesn't seem correct. So just whenever you force me in crouch, it's time to guess. And not only is it time to guess, but you're taking 103 to damage. For probably more than that, because I missed the blue spark. Yeah, 12 frame while standing move that's safe. This being safe is crazy. Whoever designed that, jail immediately. I don't know what that is. So this at least minus 10, realistically minus 12. If Brian's while standing 3 is minus 12, this should be a minus 12. Also, Armor King combos are really boring. Oops, I dropped it. Unlucky, I'm ass. Okay, so we covered while standing 2. We covered this. We covered this. We covered chain throw. This should be launched. This should be minus 50. Yes, 12 frame punish and 4 neutral, 3 having a 50-50. Yeah, yes, exactly. Exactly. The fact that this is plus 8, so you have to hard guess every single time. This either needs to be plus 5 into stance. I think all of his transitions need to be plus 5. But this either needs to be plus 5 into stance, or this needs to be launch. The fact that this is a minus 13 low, where you have to guess here, crazy. Absolutely insane. This should be 60 frame startup. This move is nuts, but Armor King has always had a really good whip to punish it, right? So, like, I'm not going to hold it against. I don't mind this. This is definitely, like, not on my list of moves where I'm like, ooh, why does Armor King have that? I do think it is good, but, yeah, it doesn't bother me as much. I am curious what the wall can be like, though. Oh, that doesn't work. Good. I'm glad it doesn't work. So, can I do this? Oh, that just doesn't work. Okay. Well, I don't know how to make that work, so that's fine. But, I mean, the wall carry is still great here, right? So, we do this. I mean, that's a really good wall carry, all things considered. Yeah, so this should be launched. Forward 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 4 forward and neutral 2. This should be launched. This, I don't mind him having a punish here. This going into stance where you can't sidestep most of the options because he's so plus seems incorrect. I don't understand why this is you're guessing every single time. You're hard guessing here. That is too much. I think all of these should be plus 5. And this should be plus 5. If this is not going to be plus 5, 4 forward and neutral 2 should be launch. I think that's it. I don't mind this wall breaking because 1, it's really awkward and it gives way worse Oki than King's. So I don't mind this wall breaking. Yeah, I don't actually mind it wall breaking.
7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
Thanks, Unmerited Mercy, for the follow. Appreciate it. Bro, once I'm actually good at this character, I'm going to be such a menace to play against.
7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
Thanks, Sun Virtue, for the follow. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah, there's also this. I almost forgot about this. Armor King, if you don't tech roll at the wall, you lose the game. That seems a little unfair. For those who don't know, so I'm going to turn off tech roll. So Jin took 66 damage there. Normally when Armor King combos you, he's putting you on the wall. You're going to be starting on into the stratosphere. You're going to end up on whatever plaza we're in, and you're going to be put on the wall. And you're taking 100 damage. If you don't tech roll, you get put in this position, and then you lose the entire game. Because then this happens. I don't remember the tornado there. Is it down back 3 plus 4? Yeah, it is. So let me reset this up. And then, yeah, you just lose the entire game. Because he'll sidestep into down back 3 plus 4, and then you're just dead. Because he can do... Right, so we do this. I think I have to sidestep first, right? Oh, you know what? I have to down back one. This character is so annoying. Oh, I need to step more. Whatever. You get the point. If you don't tech roll here, you lose the game. So you have to tech roll here. Which means Armor King gets to run whatever Oki he wants against you. I disagree. I think the easiest way is that even if you delay this properly, he shouldn't get flip over. I think him getting flip over Oki there is just too much. If he wants to do this to pick you up, I think that's fine. He should be allowed to do that. I don't think you should lose the entire game for it. Like, at least in the context of Tekken 8, where, like, the systems of the game aren't as brutal as they are in the old games. I know in games like Tag 2, and even in early Tekken 7, where if you got up wrong, you were risking the entire game against every character in every situation. As we're moving away from that model, Armor King still having this seems wrong. But yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. It's only, like, what, 100 nerfs? That's fine. All right, the GOAT himself. First, you know I gotta hit a perfect electric. One time for the one time. I thought I got it first try. I was gonna freak out. I'm actually close. Hold on. Wait, hold. 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 I'm so close. I was one frame off there. I was one frame off there, too. Bro, I used to be fire at this. I think CD1 plus 2 has to go. And there it is. Alright. That was easy. I didn't take that long. Okay. Kazuya. This right here, not correct. No. Wrong. In older games, Kazuya's biggest issue was that he didn't have a way of starting his vortex if you didn't do anything, right? So if Kazuya is back here, and we're doing this, why are you hitting perfect electric? Bro, I'm just nice like that, okay? You don't understand what I'm capable of. Y'all don't want to see me on Mishimas. It's going to be bad for you guys. Right? So if Kazuya is back here, he doesn't have a way of starting his vortex, right? Because in old games, we didn't have a demon paw. All we had was all electric, right? This is all we had. So, now, Kazuya doesn't need to knock you down to start his vortex. Because from anywhere on the screen, we can do this. Vortex time. I'm +5. He uses the Lily to protect us. Bro, I try, okay? I try to keep the Demon Kazuyas away. Right? So, now we have this. This wall splats. Not only does this wall splat, even if you get weird sidewall angles, this still wall splats. Oops. Oops. Hold on. Hold. That's still wall splats. So, okay. From anywhere on the screen, Kazuya can now start his vortex. So, like, turtling against Kazuya, this is no longer a strategy. You can't turtle against Kazuya. Because whenever he wants... Oh, you're not doing anything? Time to guess. So, okay. That is obnoxious. Not only that. Stature Kick. This is the best low poke in the entire game. Let's look at all the things that it does. Against regular characters, meaning not Lily, Alyssa, or Zafina, this move is homing. So let's have Jin sidewalk right. Still tracks. Have him sidewalk left. Hold on. Why is he stepping this? Okay, there we go. I think I was too close to him. Yeah, okay. It was a hitbox issue. It wasn't a tracking issue. This is a homing. So you can't... If you're playing a regular character, you're not stepping this. And obviously, if you're not stepping it on 1, you're definitely not stepping it on 4, right? So this is, for all intents and purposes, a completely homing low. Not only is it a homing low, it's -12 on block. So if I have Jin block here... Okay. -12 for homing low. Okay. On counter hit, +17. Yeah. So that's pretty good. That's not bad. Notably, Brian's on counter hit is 0 on normal hit and counter hit. So that is pretty good. So, you know, that's cool. Now, the thing that's nice is that on this +4, you do still get to step a lot of Kazuya's stuff. But the other issue here is that Kazuya has a homing heat engager, which is disgusting. Don't know why that's in the game. And Kazuya has a Demon Paw. And Kazuya's Demon Paw tracks really, really well. Right? Especially when Kazuya is in heat, the Demon Paw is basically homing. You can't really step his Demon Paw in heat. Got my 2 mains of God of 1 things time for my Mishima arc. Nice. So, the Demon Paws are another story. But in my opinion, this is probably controversial. But if you're a real one, it's not a controversial point. I don't think Demon Paw should interact with heat at all. I don't think there should be a single full screen advancing track super well heat engager that also heat dash launches. I don't think this should interact with heat. I think if Kazuya wants to approach you, then he can Demon Paw, and that's fine. The reward is the wall splat and knockdown. He gets to start his Vortex. I think not only him getting to start his Vortex, but him having a +9 Hell Sweep here, insane. I don't think that's reasonable. I think for every Mishima type character launching Demon Paw, I mean, not even for Mishimas, in general, Demon Paw should engage with heat for any character in the game. Yeah, all of them, they have to go. So this move is obnoxious. This move is obnoxious. This move is obnoxious. Let's talk about the wall situation. Typically against Kazuya, Kazuya will wall splat you. Slams down. Oh, yeah. No. We'll talk about that move. We'll talk about that move. I think it's his down 3 plus... It's back. Down back 3 plus 4? Yeah, okay. First, let's look at the range of this move. This is a range 3 low. It might even be more than that. Hold on. Does this hit from further away? Range 3.3. So this is a range 3.4 low. That's plus 11 on hit. It's pretty good. Not only that, this is an AoE around Kazuya. This is completely homing. You can't stop this. So if I just turn on heat. Yeah, this is an AoE around him. Yeah, you can't do anything to stop that. You just have to hold that. So you're probably thinking, okay, this is a low. What if I block it, right? Okay, this is minus 19. Even if he goes into crouch dash. That's huge, right? Except if he does it from back here, it's safe. No one's... The only character that's watching this is Falcon. So that move is pretty crazy. Yeah, down back 1-2 is the move you're talking about. So this probably shouldn't hit from range 3.4. This should probably have to hit from like here, like range 2.5 max. Yeah, that hitting from range 3.4 is way too much. So that is something that I would nerf. What else? We also have down back 1-1-2. This is a really good heat engager, but that's not the broken thing about this move. Notice how Jin is laying on the ground here. He does not want to hold a mix-up. That is valid. Holding a mix-up against Kazuya is really annoying. You want to get away from the Yoki, right? So... Right? So, Jin's laying on the ground here. He doesn't want to eat a Hell Sweep or 4-4-3. That's awesome, right? What can Kazuya do? Kazuya can launch you from the ground with down back 1-2. Now, it's not that much damage. He can launch you from the ground with that. Should that be in the game when we're talking about a character who sometimes your best counterplay is to lay on the ground and make him mix up his options? Yeah, this move is crazy. And the other thing about this too is that really good Kazuya players, they can tell when the first hit connects, right? So if I put Jin on a random block, they'll heat dash when you block it, and they won't heat dash when you don't block it. Right? That's obnoxious. That is way too strong. I don't know if this is something they can code, but I feel like this is something where you shouldn't be able to decide. You can spam it neutral. Yeah, this is really hard to punish for most characters. Most characters have a very hard time punishing that. So this launching grounded is insane. This being hit confirmable when he's in heat is insane. Wall splatting Hell Sweep. I don't know what this is. I don't know why you're getting launched if your back is against the wall. Kazuya already earns the Hell Sweep. Like, if he knocks you down, you're already into the vortex. If you get up into a Hell Sweep, like, you just have to hold that, right? The reward is he gets to run the 50-50 again. Why is he also getting a wall splat here? Like, this is ridiculous. I don't think it's a wall splat. It should do the same slump as Clive's 1-2, where you just slide off the wall. This move is really good. I don't know if I would nerf this. Twin Pistons is broken. Twin Pistons, this should be at least minus 14. This being minus 12 is crazy. If you guys watch how Akari plays, Akari will just sit back here and then crouch and just do this. He sees any whiff, twin pistons, you're in the air every single time. This is the best whip puncher in the entire game. It's a legacy, so it's fine. I mean, I guess, but oh, I actually forgot to talk about it in Hwoarang's section. Like, Hwoarang's tsunami kicks are -9. Why isn't that launched like all the other ones in the entire game, right? Because if you don't know anything about Tekken, or if you don't have any legacy knowledge, and then you know, okay, Kazuya's tsunami kicks are a launch, Reina's is a launch, Heihachi's is a launch, Devil Jin's is a launch. Jin's is a launch because you can duck the second hit. I'm gonna try to like if I'm playing Jin, I'm gonna try to Hwoarang tsunami kicks. I'm in the air now. That doesn't seem very balanced. I think Hwoarang should just be a launch. It's very weird to me that it's not launch. People at a riot, they nerfed Twin Pistons. I agree. I think for game health, this being -12 is absurd. But yeah, I think Kazuya needs pretty substantial nerfs. I don't think there's anything else. Oh, isn't the Heat Smash homing? I don't think I've ever stepped into Heat Smash. So that track's right. Does it track left? The track's left. Yeah, I mean, he has a homing Heat Smash too. We have a homing low, like hard wall break. That seems pretty good. Twin Pistons, I feel like it's fine. It doesn't have many other options other than two Twin Pistons. I mean, this is pretty good. Like, there are so many matchups where Kazuya feels impossible to approach because of Twin Pistons. Like, what does Fakaram do against Kazuya? He can't do anything against his character. Because, like, one of Fakaram's, like, balancing points is how his 3-1 string, if he does the follow-up, the follow-ups come out so fast that you can't really launch it. It's very, very hard to launch like Fakaram's 3-1-4. Kazuya, because Twin Pistons start 13 frames, he doesn't care. He's launching it every single time. All Fakaram's lows are at least -13. We get a duck, launch every single time. Right? It feels very... I think this shit's broken. Twin Pistons has always been 13 frame. Yes, it has. The broken thing... the broken thing in Tekken Tag, in Tag 1, Devil Kazuya, not only could he Twin Pistons from standing, it was still 13 frames, and it was safe. Now that's a fucked up move. Yeah, that is a fucked up move. Like, that's the type of thing where if that Kazuya is in the game, I'm not playing Tekken until it's nerfed. Like, I hop kick and Kazuya just gets to, oh, 13 frame won't launch it. Also, it's only -8. It's safe. I can do whatever I want.
Get ready for the next battle.
Yeah, I actually need to swim Pistons back. I mean, he technically has it, right? When he's in Warrior's Instinct, he has a 12 frame launcher. How's college been? I finished. I graduated 2 weeks ago. Hey, actually needs to go back to being dead. I completely agree. Ew, King's backdash is nasty. Congrats. Thank you, thank you. Hello, just joined. What's going on, Sora? So, King. Many of the same issues as Armor King. King's chain throws. These need to be, like, this initial startup. This should not be a 50-50. Or even sometimes a three-way. I think all of his chain throws should be 1 or 2. If a King is wave dashing at you, the fact that he can threaten a giant swing and a shining wizard, it's ridiculous. On top of also having a 2-throw, right? Like, he can also do this. So, King can just... Here's my wave dash Tijuana Twister, if I'm not asked. Okay, I'm asked, it's fine. Wave dash Tijuana Twister. Wave dash Giant Swing. Wave dash Shining Wizard. Right? Like, that is already disgustingly broken. And on top of that, we can also just do chain throws here. I think the chain throws should all just be 1 or a 2 break. The fact that you have to guess on the start of chain throws also, it's too much. It's way too much. Muscle armor, you should be able to counter hit this with lows. The fact that you can't counter hit this with lows is like antithetical to the purpose of armor. The point of armor is to call out you using a slow button on plus frames, right? That's the whole point of armor. Specifically slow mids and slow highs. Why is King not being punished for being wrong here? Doesn't make any sense. He should be punished for being wrong. This mid is really good. This is homing and it's safe. Doesn't seem correct. I'm going to disagree with that one. Seems a little bit too good. This is... Whoa. This should be -9 and have no tracking to either side. If we're going to let this be Twitch confirmable, or this isn't even Twitch confirmable, this is hit confirmable. If we're going to let this be hit confirmable, this needs to be -9, have 0 tracking. Right? The fact that just any King player, doesn't matter how good or bad you are, oh, I win. Disagree. Yeah, I just completely disagree. I don't think that should be as easy or as brain dead. Every single time he does this, he should go up at his turn. Tracking he throws not call cost meter. Yeah. So that would be more of like a systems thing where I think all homing throws. So every single character, including Paul and Huarang, if you have a homing throw, it doesn't matter how you get it. If it's not a command throw, it needs to go. So all of King's heat throws. Yeah, this needs to go. Giant Swing needs to go. Huarang and Paul's 2-throw, they need to go. Yeah, all the homing throws, they need to go. Every single one of them. So this, in my opinion, should be -9 with no tracking to either side. Or, this should not be delayable. King should have to hard commit to this every single time. Jaguar Sprint. So, I don't hate Jaguar Sprint. It's this. This is too much. Right? So King does... How do I even wall spot on this guy? Yeah, this is too much. Like, this is actually insane. So we get a hugely plus mix-up here. And it's way too good. Way too good. You can also cancel it. Yeah, because the problem when your best option is taking the 40 damage throw. Yeah, the throw from this stance, this is very hard to duck on a reaction. Which is really annoying. Yeah, and he just has so many options from this stance. Now, if you're playing a character like June or like Lily, then you actually have quite a bit of counterplay here. So I'll put June on the screen. Because June actually has a decent matchup into King, which is really nice. Because the nice thing about June is she can Jaguar Sprint, and she can play Keep Out against Jaguar Sprint. So if King does this, let me do like a delayed one. Then if King does like this. So if you're playing a character with one of these long-range counter-hit launchers, you can just do this. Which is really, really nice when he's not in heat. When he is in heat, bad things happen. Now he's all armored. Now, luckily, if you're playing June, the superhero, you just get to can this and he just dies. And that's really awesome. If you don't have a can, you just guess here, right? Or like Hwoarang and Shaheen, they have the low-high counter-hit launchers. Azucena has one too. You can use those moves, but there's also a mind game here, right? Because King can Jaguar Sprint at you, stop, sees you did a low-high, duck the second hit and launch you. So like this is ultra King's favor. This scenario is really messed up. Easy fix. King should not be armored when he's in heat. If they want to give him the permanent upgrade so that he doesn't have to charge his Jaguar Sprint, totally fine. I think that's fine. Him being armored here too, disgustingly broken. Don't know why that's allowed. So that needs to go. So what? It's down forward 2. Chain throws. Muscle armor. The wall combo. The wall combo just needs to not go into stance. And then no armored Jaguar Sprint. That's just stupid. And no there was some other thing, but I forgot it. But yeah, I mean, King is not close to being balanced, but like the moves that are so good on him are like broken. How do I feel about Jaguar Step? Jaguar Step is really annoying, but like the issue with Jaguar Step is that King actually takes a lot more risks than you would think in certain matchups. So for instance, if you're playing a character like Falcomron or like June or Lily or Jin that have like the long range counter launcher that tornadoes. So I guess that's just June and Lily. But if you're playing a character like Falcomron and Jin, Jaguar Sprint is really scary. And Clive also. Because, let's see. Let's record him do jab and a Jaguar Step. Right? That's a real risk that you're taking. Right? Especially because, listen, we all know that Falcomron players do not block. We all know that. So if I think you're going to Jaguar Step, like, round start, I'm ripping this. Every single time. And then Clive has a very similar situation where if Clive thinks you're in Jaguar Step, he can get back 2. Or he can down 1/1+2, and he has options there. Lily and June can do their long-range counter-hit kicks. I don't mind Jaguar Step. It's really, really annoying. But is it broken? I don't think so. I think it's just annoying. And, like, moves and characters are allowed to be annoying. Someone has to play Lars, right?
Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, Bears. Bears are mostly fine. The issue with bears is the wall combo. Don't know why they get a spike combo at the wall. Every time a bear launches you, you're taking 110 damage. That's ridiculous. The other issue with bears... I guess my problem with that is that's character specific too, but as an argument to my own point. Yeah. I think it's super annoying, but he doesn't have a good backdash. So like he kind of has to use Jaguar Step, which I don't mind. I think that's fine. So bears. The issue with bears is entirely in hunting bear stance. I think hunting bear stance is the only place where I would look at nerfs. And the nerfs in question is the tracking. I understand that bears can't sidestep and they can't backdash. I don't know if it's good game design to say, hey, listen, if I can't sidestep and I can't backdash, you also can't sidestep and you can't backdash. Right? So if we look at this wall is a homing. It is a launch, it's completely homing. This launcher, that's homing. It's launch, again, it is a homing. This launcher, I'm 99% sure is also a homing. This move is homing. This move is homing. Willie can sometimes step this on like -4, gets the rest of the cast, that button's a homing. I don't know if this is good design, where we're saying, listen, bears make everyone play 2D Tekken. I don't like that. I think that we already have a mid from this stance that has a homing tree. Why do we have a homing low and a homing launcher and a homing armor? I think all three of those moves need to lose their tracking at least to one side. If we want to say these moves can track like different sides, I think that's totally fine. But I don't understand why this stance has 3 homing buttons on top of the safe homing mid. That wall splats, right? It's too much. As it stands, those are the only moves that I would nerf on the bears. I don't think bears are particularly strong in this game. Not that they're weak, they're still very powerful characters, but I think that is super messed up. That, okay, what is it? It's, well, where's the move for it? It's the, like, tackle thing. This, right? Whenever a bear wants, time to guess. Time to guess. I don't know if that should be in the game. Doesn't make any sense. Especially because this move is really hard to step. Because bears are so big, like they have such a big hitbox, this move is really, really hard to step. So personally, I think they should lose a lot of the tracking here. Talked about Law yet? No, Law is soon? Law might be next. No, Lars is next. Then we'll talk about Law. Yeah. That's basically it. I don't think anything else about these characters is that, like, that broken or that egregious. I do think that the tracking and hunting bear stance is a way too good.
Get ready for the next battle.
Lars has 2 really disgustingly broken things. This move does about 35 too many things. Again, I've said this before. The point of a homing move is to lock down movement. Right? That's the purpose of a homing button. Is to say, I think you're going to sidestep. Why are we getting a stance mix-up on block where you have to hard guess every single time? Whenever he does that stance mix-up, you either armor or you do a jumping move. That's the 50-50. You can sidestep 2 of the options, but the more common options, you can't step. So, again, every time Lars does Den 3, you're taking a guess. Hard guess every single time. You can't even Rage Art because he's 2+, and this will frame trap your Rage Art. The Sen 1. Right? In my opinion, this either shouldn't heat engage, And also shouldn't be homing. Or if it's going to stay homing, this needs to be like -3. And if he wants to go into stance, that's fine. At -3, you can sidewalk duck the entire stance. So that is my opinion. Yeah, I think the idea of a plus on block homing mid just doesn't make any sense. It's like, it defeats the purpose of it being a homing. So that is the one move I think needs to be just gutted. The other thing about Lars is, if he whiffs his heat smash, he just flies off to Narnia. That's really annoying. Dragunov has a similar issue where it's very hard to punish if they whiff a heat smash. I think Lars, if he whiffs his heat smash, he should stop after the dive. Just straight up stop. Or, this would be even worse in my opinion. He should just fall out of the air and you should just get a launch on him every single time. The fact that if Lars catches you sidewalking, or so if you're sidewalking here, right? So how are you punishing this? You're not, right? Dragunov has the same issue. That's what I would nerf about those two characters. For Lars, it's basically just Den 3 needs to be deleted in its current state, and the heat smash needs to not make him. It needs to be not safe on whiff. All right. If you play Law and you have a less than 50% win rate, I don't know what to tell you. I would consider playing a different game. Tekken 8, it's not for you. This character is absolutely disgustingly broken. He's been top 3, top 5 for the duration of Tekken 8. Character is completely insane. We can start with the down forward 2. This tracks his weak side. On certain frames, this also tracks the other way. So I think if Law is sufficiently minus or sufficiently plus, I believe this tracks the other way. I don't remember how to get it to track when he's stepping left. Yeah, if he's 2 plus, then this will track both ways. So that's pretty good. And it's safe. That's pretty good. What else do we have? That one's really good. Law's lows against most of the cast are basically homing. You cannot step Law's lows if you're playing anyone besides Lily or Alyssa. I think if he steps right, this will always track. Yeah, so side step 3, this is a +7 on hit low that goes into stance. Homing if he does it from side step right. Down back 3, this is a homing. Oh, I lied. You can step this on +1 or worse. If Law is plus frames, I don't think that you can step this. Yeah, so if Law is plus frames, this is a homing. So that's pretty good. If I remember correctly, I think down 4-3 is also homing. What's going on, Nick? So yeah, on plus frames, down 4-3 is also homing. Right? So, and also, note which direction we need to step the lows. We need to step the lows to long strong side. Why? Right? So, on 1, we have to step the lows to the strong side. On +3, the lows are homing, if you're not playing Lily or Alyssa. Seems pretty good. I don't know why we have homing lows. That doesn't seem correct, especially when we have a down forward 2 that is basically homing. Seems pretty good. This down forward 2 is exceptionally hard to step. So that is not good. I just want you guys, so right here on the screen, over there, you're gonna see the frame advantage. I want you to look at the frame advantage for this move here. Let it be known that Jin is blocking. If my character had a 16 frame move that was plus 16 on block, I would be getting called flares every day of the week. Why is the wall allowed to have this? Nick knows. If Lily had plus 16 on block, we would never hear the end of this. Every day on Twitter, we'd be hearing about how Lily is top 1. If you play Lily, you need to have bad things happen to you in real life. This is insane. And what WoW players will tell you is, bro, just duck it. This is a high. Okay, fine. I'll just duck it. His wall turning 4 is plus 4 on block. This is the move that they want you to duck. Plus 12 on hit. You have to guess. No. That's not cool. This is just not a number that makes any sense. In the older games, it was locked behind the execution required for DSS, where I don't know exactly how it works, but you would basically cancel the end of this animation and then go into stance. And that's what made it be plus 16. And especially if you could do it fast enough. The fact that this has no execution and is plus 16 is disgustingly broken. There is just no reason for this. This is insane. Especially because these animations are super similar, right? So, yeah, the plus 4 while standing 4 is also insane. But these animations aren't different enough that you can tell, oh, I'm not allowed to step here because he's plus 16, right? Like, I don't know about you guys. This is really hard to tell which one it is. So that is insanely annoying, in my opinion. There's also this blue spark. This is safe. I guess more execution is really cool. I don't know why that's safe. I don't think this gets anything crazy. Oh, it does more chip. It does 12 chip. That's pretty good, I guess. This is been safe, so that's pretty cool. But this plus 16 with no execution is really broken. This plus 4, where you have to hold forward to get this plus 4, is really broken. These lows, all being basically homing, is really broken. This move, having as much tracking as it does, is really broken. Nunchuck, they've nerfed it since. If you guys notice, this has it pushes Law forward now. And if I use it at point blank range, Law actually clips into Jit. So this having negative pushback now is great. The issue is, this tracks his weak side. And it's a counter launcher. So if I have Law, I mean weak side, right? So this hard tracks this way. And because it's a tornado, the annoying thing is that because it's a tornado, then what will happen is even though Jin is super off axis, he'll get realigned. So if I turn on counter hit, right, I can just dash and realign here. I don't have to fix this combo. That movement's really stiff. And then you do like that or something. Yeah, so it's too good, I think. I don't know if Nunchuck should track the weak side. Again, I don't mind moves tracking weak sides. I don't mind moves tracking just really well in general. I think when you have so many moves that track both sides, it removes a lot of the counterplay to this character. Not only does he have access to the best frames in the entire game, but he also has access to the best tracking in the entire game. And it's just, it's too much. Law is basically the only character in the game that doesn't need to use homing moves to lock you down, because like his lows do it full for you. Who needs a homing button? Which Mind you, this character has messed up homing buttons, right? Isn't it his up back 1 or something? This one is really good. It's minus 12, but it has so much pushback that most characters can't punish this. I think Lily can punish this. No, she can't if it's not point blank. How do I do the fast one? He could only do it in back turn before. Whatever, I don't remember how to do it. He has really good homing buttons too, on top of all of that, which is just annoying. So the tracking overall needs to be severely nerfed. This being plus 16 is crazy. In my opinion, this should be like plus 4. Or like maybe plus 6 for like this move here. Because this doesn't go into DSS, right? No, this isn't going into DSS. Oh, but this goes into DSS, right? If you hold forward. Yeah, I think plus 6 is probably fine. Plus 4 or plus 16 is crazy. Like, genuinely disgusting. This also being plus 4 into stance is a little insane. 0 into stance is probably fine. I don't know if this should frame trap. This frame trapping is ridiculous. Especially because this is guaranteed on counter hit. This is hard to do. I don't play Law. What's the timing for this? Okay. Yeah, this is guaranteed. Which, like, basically it makes this a G-Clef, right? Like, that move is really, really crazy. I don't think that should be guaranteed. So yeah, Law needs... I think this character needs to be nuked from orbit. This character is crazy. Lee, I also think is pretty close. I know a lot of people think that Lee is, like, disgustingly broken. And in the environment of Tekken 8, I think Lee is very well suited, especially for ranked. No one blocks in this game, and Lee has some of the best turn stealing in the entire game. That stuff is really good. I'm not going to tell you guys it's not good. Lee has one move that's too good. That's this. The fix here is super simple. This should not go into Hitman. If this doesn't go into Hitman, I think Lee is fine. If all Lee had was this, and it recovers it in crouch, fine. I think that's literally all you would have to do. Is while standing. Yeah, this probably also shouldn't go into Hitman. No, you're right. I think this also shouldn't go into Hitman. Because if this goes into Hitman on this plus 6, regular characters, they have to guess here. Lily and Alyssa can still do a step right duck and get wall splat by forward 2-1 and then die. But regular characters, they just have to hard guess here every single time. In my opinion, this shouldn't go into Hitman. This shouldn't go to Hitman. Lee is fine. He should be forced to go into it. Oh, that's interesting. So, like, they nerfed the frames of this. So, like, plus 3 into Hitman, and he has to go into Hitman. I could see that. I would have to think about that. I think I would prefer this just not go into Hitman at all. Yeah, I think I prefer this not going to Hitman at all. But I could see that. That's, like, not... That's not bad. And the base crouch jabs, yeah. Well, to be fair, most running moves evade crouch jabs. But yeah, I think this just shouldn't be allowed to go into Hitman. This shouldn't be allowed to go to Hitman. And that is fine. The other thing, too, this is like a systems change. This shouldn't interact with Heat because this is a Demon Paw. This already wall splats, it already knocks down. Shouldn't interact with Heat. So, no Heat engage, no Heat dash launch. All Demon Paws, they need to lose all of that. But besides that, I think it's fine. I don't mind Lee having the only hit confirmable. I don't mind him having the only hit confirmable Magic Form. I don't mind that. I think that's cool. I like how Lee has a really high execution in a lot of ways, right? Like, this stuff, I think this is cool. I'm okay with it. I mean, his pop frames. Yeah, I think it's fair. Did they make it too? So Hitman 2, this is grounded now. I don't know how to get this to kind of connect here. Oh yeah, you just do that. How much damage does this do? $46 damage with flip over is pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't mind him having his magic form. I think that's totally fine. If you wanted to say we could slow it to 12 frames, sure. But I don't mind him having a magic form. No Hitman. No interaction with heat. No Hitman. And then I think Lee's fine. I think he's always going to be really annoying and really strong in Tekken 8 because of how much pressing is encouraged. But yeah, I think that he's allowed to be strong in ranked. His down 4 is really good. Yeah, exactly. Like, characters are allowed to have good moves. I talked about Leo yesterday, so we're not going to talk about him today. We're going to talk about Leroy. Leroy has a couple of moves that don't make any sense to me. So, I just want you to look at what Leroy does here. I just want you
7
to
minutes.
Look at this.
7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you.
Thanks, Sean, for the follow. Appreciate it. I have no idea what Leroy does. Most people don't. So just look. Just look. This last hit is completely homing. Every time he starts a new set of punches, he turns to realign, and the last hit will also turn to realign. I believe this works both ways. Yeah, this is completely homing. So good Leroy players, what they'll do is they'll check with this, and obviously they'll be able to hit confirm it. Zandoka, good evening. Your video is very good, man. Thanks, I appreciate it. So obviously a good Leroy player is going to hit confirm it, but a great Leroy player, they're going to notice that you're sidewalking and just finish it anyways. because this is homing. Well, why wouldn't he finish if he notices you're sidewalking, right? So that means it's on the defender to guess that Leroy is going to finish it and then block, which if you look at these frames, he's -2. There's no risk. So whenever Leroy starts doing this, full reset to neutral every single time. This is just completely free for him to throw out. Especially, you guys are going to love this. This jails. The entire thing jails. So you can't even duck it. There's absolutely no risk to using this move whatsoever. I think that's super annoying. I do not like that design at all. This is just, I can throw this out whenever, and there's nothing that you can do about it. You just have to hold this every single time. I think that's a really toxic design. Safe loads, these need to go. Did that jail into T7? I don't remember. I don't know. I didn't actually play to T7, so I couldn't tell you. Yeah, safe loves. This is obnoxious. I don't think any character in the game should have a safe love. -8 unblock into here's my parry. Most people are going to press here and get parried and then die. Super annoying. Yeah, super annoying. That should just be -11. If you over punish that, then I don't mind Leroy getting a parry attempt here. But if you do your while standing 4, I don't know why you're getting punished for doing your while standing 4 here. I do not like lows that are mix-ups on block. Super annoying. Those are the two biggest buttons that are like really annoying to me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, this. I don't know if any character in the game could stop this. Oh, hold on. This is tracking like insanely well. Hold. Okay, I might be tripping. I thought this tracked like really well. Okay, never mind. This doesn't track anywhere near as well as I thought it did. Okay, never mind. I think those are the only moves that are like really insane from Leroy. I don't know if there's anything else where I'm like, this is too much. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else for Leroy. If I'm missing anything, then let me know. But I think that's it. All right, my main, bottom one, doesn't need any nerfs. Okay, so Lily's really strong, obviously. Most characters in the game are really strong. The issue with this character, in my opinion, is she has the best side stuff of the game. She has really crazy keep out, right? These are all counter hit launchers. All these are counter hit launchers. Really strong counter hit sweep. We also have this. This is also pretty good keep out too. Most people don't punish this move. Really strong keep out. She also has really good wall carry. Oops, don't look at that. I haven't played her in a while. Right? That's wall to wall with no resources. That's really good. Should a character who has the best lateral movement in the entire game also have really good wall carry? Probably not. I think the easiest fix for this, Lily shouldn't interact with strong arrow tail spins. I don't think she'd have any of them in her kit. Maybe we keep this one, because if we keep this one, right? You have to do a side step here, I think. Oh, you just can't even do it off of it. I don't even know how you would get it. Just do like this. Maybe you keep this one, right? Because that damage is way worse, right? And I have to use resources for this. Maybe I can get wall anyways. Well, let me see. I don't know. But I don't think she should interact with strong arrow tail spins, especially because she gets really good wall carry without them, right? Let's see. This is like a season 1 combo. Right? Like, that's not bad wall carry for no strong arrow tail spins. And then, obviously, we can do, like, back 1 stuff, right? So, we can do this. I haven't done this in a while, so forgive me. I have a shred, sorry. Well, 1 second. I'll fix this. Okay. Right? I think she should have to work really, really hard to get that kind of wall kick carry. Like, that combo is hard. That's a very difficult combo to do. And I think that if that's what she needs to do to get wall, that's what she needs to do to get wall, right? And she has a lot of roots that are like that. Like, I think for basically all of her roots, she would want to end up doing her back one loops. You know? So, I think that the strong arrow tailspins, they remove a lot of the execution required for her to get wall, and now it's really, really easy for Lily to get wall whenever she wants to. And you're always taking a million damage because she has like top 3 wall OK the entire game. For those who don't know, let's go over some wall situations. This is a nerf to me because you guys will know this when I play against you. So this is the standard wall combo. If you try to get up and press here, this will hit you. So let me turn this off. And you'll get resplat. I think even if you try to kip up, this will also hit you. Yeah, that will still hit you. If you lay on the ground, that will hit you. I think the only time this won't hit you is if you toe kick. Yeah, the only way out of that is toe kick. Obviously, if she thinks you're going to toe kick, she has options, right? I think if she thinks you're going to toe kick, that she can do this. Yeah, if she thinks you're going to toe kick, that she can do that. So that is a mix-up. If you want to just block here, that's going to be your best bet because now she's -9, right? So we do this. I should probably have Jin block. Right? She's -9. This is not the best situation for her. This obviously means that this is a mix-up here because now he gets to do this. And now you have to hold a +10 back turn. Really, really strong. That's one of the situations she can put you in. This is a cross-up. You have to guess. Every single time. If you wake up and press, this will relaunch you. If you lay on the ground, this will hit you. You have to guess every single time that she does that. Staying on the ground is probably the safest option. That's a 50-50. What else do we have? We have this. You will see this mostly in heat. Because of the flip over, you have to guess. So if I have Jin set to punish on wake up, then I have him do his while standing 4. Right? He doesn't even have time to do his wall standing 4. He doesn't have time to do anything here. So she gets to run a Feisty Rabbit mix up there every single time. Lying on the ground is usually pretty good there, but a good Lily player will do this. Notice you're on the ground and do a QCF3. So, really not amazing scenario for you there. We have more. This is tech that I use, where she can do this. This first hit will whiff, and then she will either finish the string, or she'll go into do glide, and she'll try to wall spike. So let me do this. right? Most people can't react to her not going into do glide. That's a hard 50-50 every single time. Not only that, let's say you try to be cute and you want to press here. You just lost the entire round. So that's pretty good. There are ways out of this. So if you either spring kick or toe kick, you avoid the entire mix-up. Right? You'll jump all over that. And then the do glide mid comes out too slow. So, okay, cool. There is more. If we do a 2-hit tornado, we have this, which gives us the same situation as this ender. We also have this, gives the same exact situation as this ender. So that's nothing super crazy there. Recently, within the last couple of weeks, we've actually have a 3-hit ender now that's really good. We can do, while running 1+2 here. Because of the way this peels you off the wall, this can sometimes cross up depending on which way that you tech. I think if you tech right, this will actually cross up. This will cross up sometimes depending on the angle. I have videos of it. I don't feel like looking for them. This is a 50-50. Everything is tracking you here. Right? Literally everything is tracking you here. There's nothing that you can do. Her entire kit is homing there. So that is really scary. That's really, really good. We also have this. If you do anything besides back roll or stay on the ground, that forward 3 will tag you. And you'll get either resplat or just hit. That's really, really annoying. Also, Lily's forward 3 is only -3 on block, and it wall splats. Probably shouldn't wall splat. Maybe it can wall crush, but it probably shouldn't wall splat. Because this is -3, Lily loves playing on low minus frames. So she can just sidestep here. She doesn't care. So that's a really messed up situation. There was one more. Oh, there's also this. You can get a do glide mix here, which is obnoxious. So yeah, lots of really, really crazy situations at the wall here. If her wall Oki is to stay intact, her wall carry needs to be pretty severely nerfed. I think she just shouldn't have access to strong arrow tail spins. Or if she does have access to them, it should only be this one, right? Because even her hop kick, you can get walled here. I don't know if she should be able to get wall from that. I don't think she gets wall if she does the other one. Yeah, she doesn't get wall if she does that. And I think that that's fair. I think that the wall carry is way, way too good. I think this should be her only strong arrow tailspin. I think it'll be cooler for her combos because you start to get like really, really interesting combo routes, right? Like you can do something like this. I'm like freestyling this. Right? Like you can do back one loops here. I think that you can get 4. That's like really interesting, really high execution, right? This QCF3, you have like 2 frames of leniency here in order to get this to come out. And then you do your back ones or whatever. In my opinion, that just makes more sense for this character. I think all of her strong arrow tail spins, they need to go. And obviously, the big one is the back turn heat smash. This is currently -8, and her back turn armor takes 5 frames to activate. That means you need a 13 frame or faster mid that has really good pushback or has really good range in order to reliably punish this. My opinion, this should be -10. That way, that window is extended to 15, and at 15, most characters should be able to launch this. I think that's pretty straightforward. In my opinion, those are the only 2 things about this character where I'm like, this is probably broken. Yeah, I think the wall carry and the back turn heat smash need to be nerfed. I could see this getting nerfed, but I think this move is ass. So like, or not ass, but I don't think it's that good. This, in my opinion, should just be like -6 in the back turn, like her 1-1. I think that makes this move totally fine. It already doesn't track to either side, even on severe plus frames. So I think this doesn't track even on +6. So that's sidewalk left. Yeah, this is no tracking to either side on +6. So I think this move is fine. It should probably be more minus on block if she goes into back turn. Nina, I actually don't have like really crazy issues with. If we're going to say that down forward 1-2 from Anna shouldn't jail anymore, and Nina's also shouldn't jail, I think Nina is one of the worst characters in the entire game if this doesn't jail. That seems really brutal. So, if they do that, that's rough. I don't think that they should get rid of the how do I do the homing move? They will never make that move on. Yeah, exactly. Because when I was talking about Nina, a lot of people were saying, oh, well, with Anna, down forward 1-2 shouldn't jail. I think Anna's down forward 1-2 not jailing would be okay for game balance. I think that would have ruined Nina. I think Nina's unplayable if this doesn't jail. My opinion, I think this is fine on Nina. So what I would change about Anna is make it so she can't cancel into crouch, and then Anna's fine. I don't actually know if Nina has that much stuff that's like super broken. A lot of Nina's stuff is locked behind really high execution. So I wish Willie's do stuff. Nina's butterfly loops are buffed in damage. Yeah, I agree. I think that if back 1 did like 1 more damage in combos, that would be fine. One person said that. So it's been like a common sentiment for Anna and Nina. Like whenever people say nerf these characters, especially in Twitter spaces, it's always these moves shouldn't jail. I disagree with that. I think that's too much. The only thing that I would change about Nina, where's the homing button? Maybe this is too good. I don't even think that's too good. I think maybe 1+2 shouldn't be -3. Like maybe for such a fast homing mid, this should be like -5. But like, this is probably really controversial. I think that because Nina is so hard, she's allowed to be as strong as she is. There is a very little things that this character does that's like actually broken. If anything should get nerfed, and people don't even use this in pro play, so I don't know if this should get nerfed in pro play. Most of you guys probably don't know this. Mercy knows this, so this is not news to her. This is really broken. This here leaves her +6 on hit. Most people are going to try to mash a throw break here because she has a 1 throw and she has a 2 throw here. So this is 50-50. Most people are going to mash a throw break here. The issue is if you mash a throw break here. So if I have Jin punish, does Jin recover in crouch here? Yeah, he recovers in crouch. So I will have Jin do his while standing 1-2 then. So most people are going to mash a throw break here. So this is what happens if you mash your throw break. You're dead. What is it? Down back 1 plus 2? You're dead. Because you mashed a throw break. So, I don't know if I love you getting punished for trying to break the throw. I don't love that. But no one does this. So, only use wake up dog. Exactly, right? Yeah, like you need to be like super aware of the situation here, and if you are, this is just as risky for Nina as it is for you. So I don't know if I have any like real nerfs for Nina. Maybe this being plus 23 on hit is really good. Maybe that's too much. Yeah, maybe that's too much. Yeah, exactly. It becomes like a very interesting scenario, which I like. But that's like the only thing where I'm like, because like even the sidestep 1 being plus 10 on block, that sounds really broken. But even on plus 10, can't you sidestep on most of this stuff? Or no, it's not on plus 10 that you can sidestep. It's that you can sidestep the sidestep 1. So if I do this, yeah, you can sidestep the sidestep 1. So like, yeah, I don't actually know if Nina needs really crazy nerfs. I think plus 23 on hit is a little insane. That number could probably be quite a bit lower, and Nina's still fine. But yeah, that's. I honestly think that's it. I don't know if I'll nerf this character. I think Nina's a pretty healthy top tier, in like all things considered. Yeah, and like the thing about Arslan too is that Nina, despite, you know, how scrubby a lot of people play her, she is a fundamental character, and she takes a, like, if you don't know what Nina does, she's really, really strong, and it feels like she's just burying you in pressure, which she is. The issue is that a lot of people don't know her tracking is some of the worst in the entire game. So if you are like really locked in and you're like looking for a lot of these points where you can step, Nina's actually running a lot of like medium risk, low reward 50-50s. The issue is she's running 45 of them around. So it's pretty hard to find out where you're supposed to do your sidestep, where you're supposed to interrupt. That's all true. But if you know the matchup, I don't think this character is that strong. Or not that strong. I don't think she's as oppressive as a lot of people say that she is. I think that she actually takes quite a few risks, and that, especially at really high ranks, most Nina players are really, really good. So I actually think that Nina's fine. She's kind of like Dragunov, where like outside of like 2 very minor nerfs, I don't actually know if I would nerf this character. Like I think she's kind of fine, and like Nina in her current state being a top tier, I think it's fine. Remove every homing option? True. Yeah, L homing moves. Alright, Paul, this guy's godlike.
Get ready for the next
You think Drag is mostly fine? The character. So, I think that if 1-2-1 either didn't wall splat or didn't heat engage, and if Pigeon Roll 2 didn't hit grounded, I think Drag's fine. Like, he'll always be a really strong fundamental character, but I think those 2 moves are like the actual broken buttons. Like, Pigeon Roll Oki should be a call out that your opponent is going to tech roll. And if they don't tech roll, they should always get out of that situation. So, Pigeon Roll 2 hitting grounded, seems like a miss. So that's what I would change. And then 1-2-1, again, either it needs to not wall splat or it needs to not heat engage. But for me, that's a rule for like all G clefs. I don't think a single GG clef should both heat engage and wall splat. It should be one or the other. But besides that, I actually think he's fine. The wall running too, you need to step it left, at least out in the open. It's very hard to step that move right. Yeah, his longer range moves generally. Oh, the other thing about drag, this is very funny to me. This is the other thing I would nerf about drag.
Get ready for the next battle.
A lot of people don't know how broken this move is. Look at Jin's health. That is 14 chip. I disagree. Yeah, I disagree. Yeah, this does 35 damage and 14 chip. That's probably too much. I don't think that should do 14 chip. Like maybe 8. Maybe that's a reasonable number. That makes Nina's current gunship look like what? Yeah. 14's a really big number. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's a lot. I think 14 is a little crazy. Should probably be like 8. If it does any chip at all. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. So I think Dragunov's close. I think he's a lot closer to being balanced than a lot of other characters in this game. Paul, this string is broken. I don't know why we have... I'm over the mid that gives a mix-up on block. I'm over this. This needs to go. So this needs to not be in the game. And the annoying thing is you don't really have an option select here. Because you want to do like a step duck. So I'm going to try to record this. You want to do like a side step right duck, right? But like... this doesn't really work here. Oh, let me have it after 2 hits. Right, so you avoid that. You avoid that. Actually, this might actually cover everything after this. Oh, no. That's why you don't do that. If you're not playing Lily or Alyssa, that's... yeah, you're getting launched for this. And it's like a real combo. Yeah. That is not good. I don't like that. I don't like how his down 4-1 or his down 4-2 goes on under jabs. That seems really, really good. It's always done that, so, you know, whatever. We can let that stay. This situation here is really toxic. I do not like this situation. Why not interrupt? Well, with what? Right? So, sure, you can try to crouch jab here, right? Because crouch jabbing will cover this low, the high crushes. So, the issue here is that if you try to be a hero and crouch jab, then this happens. $13 frame mid. Okay, I mean, let's try a down forward 1. Let's see what happens here. So that's Jin's 13 frame punish. You're dead. That's the issue with this string. Is that you don't have like a clean, here's how I get out of this. You're guessing every single time. If you're not playing Lily or Alyssa. If you're playing Lily or Alyssa, you can do a step right duck. And it'll cover the entire stance. Did you try to down back 2 with Raven? Raven's down back 2 might have enough range. But like if you're playing Thakam Ram, you can contest here. But the issue with Fakaram is that he can just do like this. Like so like Paul can just block here, right? And that's not that scary. He just has to hold a 3 mix like everyone else does. But yeah, I think that this string is really broken. Mid that goes into stance. The stance is evasive. This should either not... This is also delayable, right? And the second hit guarantees a follow-up. That's guaranteed. There's also wall splats. I don't know how to do the death fish shit. Yeah, the string is really, really broken. Paul's down forward 1. If you're good at doing the down forward 1 loops, I'm not. Pauls that can do this are so annoying to play against because good down forward 1 loops are homing. You can't stop this. I like had it and now I don't have it. So that's sidewalk right. This is so hard. This is why I don't play Paul. So it looks like you can step it left. I think if you do this fast enough, it's homing. I just don't know how to do it faster. But yeah, so even if you can step it left, you have to step to Paul's strong side in order to get away from down forward 1 loops, and he can just do this, right? This down forward 1 is too much. This down forward 1 for him. +3 on block into sway, and again, this is the same situation as the as this, where stepping is really scary. So yeah, this down forward 1 is broken. I don't know what the fix to it is. I would have to think about that. This move is way too good. Oh wait, I just got this to hit here. Okay, so I guess there's a way to make that connect. So yeah, against regular characters, that down forward 1 is homing if you can do it right, which I can't. Paul has a hatchet kick now. Don't know what that's about. Oh. 1 second. Paul's a hatchet kick. Why? Yeah, that's super annoying. We also have a safe string. I'm so sick of safe lows. Fixes delete Paul from the game. I mean, you're not wrong. This is an unpunishable low. If you duck this low and he rips the second hit, you will get counter hit. So this is a low that is a guess on block. I'm so sick of lows that are guesses on block. Now the fix for this is that you do a sidestep low parry. So whenever Paul does like this, you do a sidestep right low parry, and that will cover that low as well. Super obnoxious. I do not like that. I think you should be able to at least while standing forward in between those 2 hits. I think that would be the easiest fix for that. Easy? True. He also has too many goddamn homing buttons. This is homing. This is homing. If he fully charges it. And I think in heat, doesn't this charge faster? No, it just does 15 chip. Oh man, Paul's probably gonna be the last character that we talk about though, because I do need to eat, and 3 hours is usually about how long I stream. Oh, I mean, this track's left, so that makes sense. Ooh. Thanks for the guys, by the way. Yep, no problem. I do plan on making this into a video. Not the stream. I'm going to do like a more scripted version of this that I'll do off stream just so it can be more condensed. What's going on, Ninja? How are we doing? So yeah, I think this move, you should be able to wall standing 4 in between these two hits. I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that this situation here is really messed up. The cleanest fix is probably remove the tracking from the, what's it called? From the 1+2. So if I turn back on the step right duck, I think Paul can delay this. Yeah, he can delay this. So I think removing the tracking from this move, I think this move should have 0 tracking. It should always go completely straight. This move should be completely linear. I think that's the easiest fix for this situation. If this move is linear, then you can sidestep right duck basically everything else. Right? If Paul wants to delay this move, like a lot, then that's fine. Because it means that now we have like a really deep gameplay here. We have more back and forth, right? So what can you do? Well, if he's going to delay this a lot to get some realignment here, you can interrupt now. You can rip a counter hit. I think that's cool. I think that's good gameplay. So yeah, I think that the 1+2 here should have no tracking. 1+2 here should have no tracking. Personally, I think those two things probably are enough for Paul to be fine. Maybe this move is too good. This move seems really broken, I'm gonna be honest. So, like, when Paul's in heat, this move is so crazy. Especially because of the way that this move wall splats. Because of the way that it slams you on the wall, I don't think Paul ever doesn't get a clean splat. I guess here because it flung you away. But like if you step into the wall, he gets a clean splat here. Okay, that was weird. Right, and I don't know if that should wall splat the way it does. Like Death Fist wall splatting from a trillion miles away is very funny, but it's, I don't know if Paul should get 2 moves that do that, and one of them is being homing. Right, we probably shouldn't have 2 of those. Like that is, you know, that's pretty funny, right? But I don't know, because this, like, wall splats, right? Like, if we go to this stage.
Get ready for the next battle.
Oh, did they remove this, or do I need to be closer? Yeah, like, this wall splats. I don't remember the combo. This used to wall break from further away. I guess they nerfed this. Yeah, and then you take 100 damage, right? I don't know if he should get that same thing from this move. It's so weird that you can sometimes sidestep this. Yeah. But as annoying as Paul is, I do think the issue is this move tracking as much as it does. This move should have 0 tracking. I think if this move has 0 to tracking, and this move could be low parried, Paul is close. Deep dash 2 is near impossible to step. And deep dash 4 is near impossible to step. I don't love that. That seems not correct. So, yeah, Paul actually has a lot of stuff that's like kind of broken. Deep dash has kind of a similar issue to Jin's Electrics from Zen, where deep dash will realign. Right? So, from anywhere on the screen, Paul gets 50-50 you. I don't know if that should realign. That realigning seems really, really insane. I would probably work that out. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, this was fun. I'm going to finish this up tomorrow. So tomorrow we have Raven through Zafina, and then we're basically done. I'll probably play some like viewer matches and do some VOD reviews after that. But yeah, this was fun. I'm going to raid out now because I'm very hungry. So thanks everyone for watching. If you want to join my Discord or follow my YouTube, you can check out my socials here. But oh, I guess I'll put it in the YouTube chat also. So let me do that here. That way all my YouTube people can follow me on Twitch if they would like. So let me do this. But yeah, I'm going to raid out on Twitch. So thanks everyone for watching. Let's see who is on the line. Let's see. Drew's online, Angel's online. Well, the only person I'm following that's online is Drew. So let's raid Drew. All right, I will catch you guys later. Drew is a Lily player. Super nice guy. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I will catch you guys around.